Hope you're doing good. Well, let me start with the introduction. Well, my name is Gabriella, aka Salvation. I am 21 years old and I'm a missionary full time. This channel is focused on God and His people. That's it. So if you want to know more about why I'm making videos or what this YouTube page is about, please go ahead and look at the description and you'll get more details in there. But for now, we're gonna jump right into the topic because I don't want to waste a lot of time, right? Well, a lot of people have asked me one simple question, and this question is about the tree in the garden. They asked me, why did God put the tree in the garden? Right? And they've asked it in a lot of different ways, but at the end of the day, they asked, why did God put the tree in the garden? So last week, we had a community session with some people in Oganja Park. It's just a neighborhood from our base, at least. And our base director, which is Nicole, was speaking on a topic about choices. And while I'm listening to this message, the Holy Spirit brought in a new revelation in my spirit, which is beautiful. You know, you can know something, but when it's revealed to you, it's more unique and beautiful, right? So I'm gonna give briefly of what I have received from the Holy Spirit about this tree. So the first thing I want to address is there were two trees, right? The tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This tree is not the sin. That's the first thing I want us to know, is that the tree is not the sin. The tree was never the problem. Because this tree, the only thing it did was provide knowledge of good and evil, meaning there was evil existing, there was evil somewhere, but it was not yet revealed to Adam and Eve what that looked like, because they were they lived in righteousness and in truth. You know, they did not know evil, they lived in holiness. So according to the Bible, as I said, this tree was not necessarily evil. The problem with Adam and Eve was that they had disobeyed God. That was what the evil was, because they had no idea what it would be like to be evil. And them dishonoring God in this matter was what the evil was. And you know, the one thing that I really love about God is that He did not just go ahead and say, yeah, don't do this, don't do that. He gave guidelines. You can do this. He said you can eat from every tree or from every or any fruit, but not of this one. So He did not just say don't do this. He said you can do A, B, C, and D. However, do not do this, right? And they were free to eat from any other tree. So when we question why was the tree in the garden, I would say it was because it was created to be in the garden. We do not know what God intended with the tree. The only thing we know is that God said not now, at least do not, until whatever He was going to do next with the tree. But I believe that that tree had a purpose. A lot of people do say that the tree is a symbol of choices. You know, it can be, but I believe that that tree, just as it was said, it provided knowledge of good and evil. I don't know what timeline the tree would have been useful, but what I do know is that God said to them, do not eat of the fruit. And it was pleasing to the eye, and the enemy came with his lies. Did God really say A, B, C, D? And eventually they ate. But yeah, I want us to understand that the obedience that we have towards the Lord is going to be the one to determine the generations that come from us. And I want to ask you, what is it that the Lord is asking you to obey today? Because just as Adam and Eve did their mistake, You are doing your mistake. What is the tree in your garden today? What is it that the Lord is telling you don't do and do that you are not doing? Because there is definitely a generation that is coming from you, and your obedience to the Lord today matters. God could have told Adam, do not go sit next to a lion. It's not the lion that's the problem. It is what the Lord is commanding him and what he's obeying or not obeying. And Adam would have sat next to the lion and the sin would still come. It would still happen. It's not the tree, nor is it the lion, nor is it anything in the garden that was the issue. That's the serpent. But it's yeah, I just want to take our focus off of the tree. Because what the Lord is requiring from you and I today is our obedience towards him. What is the Lord telling you today to obey? What is the tree in the... A lot of... We hear things like the tree should have never been there, then anything should have never been here. Because everything around us can cause us to disobey God. When God gives an instruction about do not eat this, do not, I love meat, so I'm going to use meat. When God tells me do not eat meat for 6 months, I cannot question God, then why does meat exist? I can't question him, then why does my neighbor eat meat in front of me? Because that's completely against what the Lord, that's not, it's not about the meat, it's about the loyalty and the honor that I have to give God. Right? So there is nothing wrong with the tree being in the garden. As I said, it was us not honoring God. I can't question God. Why are there cars if I can't drive a car? I can't question God when he tells me personally, I don't want you to drink alcohol. It can't be that the alcohol is the wrong, it's not about the alcohol, it's about my obedience towards the Lord. So that's just basically the video. I'm excited to see actually the community that God is going to raise, because I believe that the Lord is going to bring a lot of people that's encouraging and uplifting and building one another. So please make sure to watch, subscribe, like. I'm not used to these things. But yeah, please make sure to do that. And I want to encourage you, please look at your obedience towards the Lord. The tree was in the garden because it was created by God. To answer your question, it was created by God to be there, just like everything else is. The people that were told by the Lord to be vegetarians, not because, oh, don't kill animals, but because I want the generation that comes from you to be A, B, C, D. And they were told to eat fruits and veggies only. They can't question God, why is there meat? It's just not, that's not the issue. The meat is not the issue. It's your obedience towards the Lord. But yeah, I hope that you are encouraged. The things that are in the world is in the world because it's created. I want to encourage you as well that Jesus was the last Adam. We have a clean sleeve. We are allowed, we have the right to walk in holiness and purity and righteousness before God. And our obedience today matters for the rest, the others, the centuries, the generations that are coming from us. Our obedience today matters. What is the Lord telling you now? Because I'm telling you, just as Adam and Eve corrupted the whole world, and the whole world basically got cursed through their disobedience, the same can happen with your generation, you and your generation. So yeah, I want to encourage you, walk in obedience towards the Lord, walk in righteousness. Do not do the blame game. It's whose fault, why is that there, then if I can't touch it, stay away from that and just honor God with your obedience towards him. He can do a lot with a man that obeys, not with a man that knows a lot. It's not about how much you know, it's about how much you obey. So be encouraged. God bless you. God keep you. And see you in the next video.